Well, how's it going, Kingsmen? Welcome back to another Grand Battle mod Napoleon Total War battle. This is a 3v3 on Stockach. Now, this battle, guys, is going to have some very interesting tones set to it. So we have a Russian army. They are going to be fighting with the Prussians and Rhine bund, and they'll be taking on the USA, UK, and Austria. What makes this battle very interesting, and what's going to probably make it a bit of a challenge here for this defense, I guess I'm going to call it, because they kind of hold this high ground here, is there's a Russia pushing in from the far flank. So imagine an army right along here, and then of course you have your coalition, I'm going to call them line, holding this side, plus the Austrians reinforcing way over here. You have a Prussia and a Rhine bund in front, so there is an basically, you know, Prussia and Russia can actually hit this USA from two sides. I'm very interested to see how the USA handle it. Obviously, they may have to have some reinforcements from Austria or the UK. I guess we'll see. Push up here. Now, it does look like the USA for now is pushing up. Artillery kind of lighten up the area at this point, but they are going to press forward here. You see Prussia actually has some troops. It looks like some militia got broke by a cavalry charge from the Lancers of Prussia, as well as some infantry that are pushing forward here. We do have Russia starting to hover on this right flank, and actually we are having a cav charge to start out here. Lancers charging in against some dragoons from the US. So, you know, Russia's going to start putting a little more pressure there. And you're starting to see some Russian infantry issuing out of the tree line here. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem for this US as he's shuffling some more Maryland militia over to face them. But that's an entire army of Russians. That's going to be something that the US is going to have to make some quick decisions on. Like I said, obviously, he does have an attacking line pushing forward. However, this is going to be a tough position to attack, even though it is just sappers. Just sappers, but still they have a very well defended area. The tree line and the trenches. Now they do have artillery that is set up, that 12-pounder. It's probably going to be doing some real damage here, but you are starting to see a lot more Prussian infantry starting to make their appearance here. And this artillery is probably going to be, I'd be turning it to, uh-oh. I hope we don't see some, man, I'd charge that cav now. Does look like this cavalry fight still raging here. There we go. They get a charge off. Lancers versus some dragoons. I think they'll hold that. Now over on this side, you do have the UK skirmishing it up with some more of the Prussia. We have not seen a lot of Rhine bund yet. So they're just trying to hold this ground for now. Artillery firing. Love the sound effects for the artillery. It's just epic. More Prussia coming into the woodwork. We're starting to see a lot more of Russia now. Looks like this cav fight still raging. We may have actually had some more, some more Russians, some hussars pushing up and actually starting to break, especially with Prussia helping it as well. They're starting to break this cavalry of the US. They have to shuffle more dragoons over. We are starting to see some Prussian cavalry maybe starting to make a push here. Looks like Totem Kampf. Some buck and ball militia. They cannot form square. At least I don't think they can. Not the greatest of charges, but it may still break them as the USA are in a bit of a tough spot here. Look at the morale. Yeah, not looking too good. Obviously, the USA are trying to form up here. Looks like they charged in some cavalry. Get some line infantry just to try to slow down Russia. Austria is still pushing up here, but we have some skirmishers from the UK that are going to try to engage that Russian line as Russia's pushing quite viciously, very aggressively, and they need to collapse this USA if they want to win this fight, because that is the one time they will be able to 2v1 an army. USA still doing what they can. More artillery hammering this position. Prussia's gotten into a nice position. We have yet to really see Rhine bund get engaged. which can actually be really good for the UK. They can actually send reinforcements as needed. You see, they have just some skirms just sitting out here in front of their line infantry. The USA is pretty hotly engaged, though. Like he's actually gonna pull back his lines as he had huge routing on the flank. More artillery, actually, some howitzers set up. Ooh, I just set them up right back here and just start lobbing shells over that hill. But here comes Russia, guys. A lot more Russia pushing up. I don't mean a lot, I mean a ton of Russians. Keep in mind, guys, these actually look like they're, let me see. These look like they may be large or ultra size units. And look at that, 350 men. These may be ultra. Here we go, Russia's setting up a battle line. Oh, that's the perfect place to go with cavalry and infantry. Look at this gap that's in the US line. Austria is still marching forward. You do have more British. Obviously, that is becoming a concern. And Rhine bund may not even be going for this flank. They may have gone center with this road and start trying to, you know, maybe push over here and let the UK just sit on that hill by themselves. The US did fall back. They'll let their artillery do some of that work. The UK, I mean, the UK actually, they could totally push up on this hill and try breaking the flank of this Prussia. But yeah, you can see the artillery definitely getting some kills. And this crisp early, this looks like morning. I've ever seen morning. Here we go, Russia's pushing forward here. If they ever want to shoot, you know. Got the American Line Battalion holding strong. They have some Maryland militia as well. Now those skirmishers actually pushing up here with the Austrian cavalry. We could see a nice counterattack here. I mean, honestly, even if you just get a bunch of skirmishers and just start shooting out, I would actually say put the skirmishers right here, start picking apart this line. If they had artillery, put it right here and start firing on the flank. You enfilade fire. It'd be beautiful. Now, I do believe there's artillery from the UK set up. That's pretty good. I would say just put it right here. Man, just hop it across the road. Look at this angle. If you set it right here, you get the angle here and angle here. It'd be perfect. Now, the USA actually have less troops in this line than the Russians. The Russians are not being super aggressive here. However, we do have Austrian cavalry coming in the flank or in the rear, basically. I'm really curious to see what these guys do. Oh, no, mind, this is Russian. I thought this is Austrian. Oh, cuirassiers. Ooh. Well, that's not a good sight. That's not something encouraging to see at all. Russia should if they pull line out and let them just charge through the gaps and maybe charge in the flank at the same time, be perfect. Now you can see that this Russia is getting shot up just a little bit here. Oh, we have a USA charging in against some Prussian lines, breaking two of them. Ooh, they better pull back the cab before it breaks. But Prussia's trying to get aggressive here. Obviously didn't work too well for them. Is that a general? Adjutant or something? We're not seeing a whole lot from Rhine bund, but we are seeing the UK get a little more aggressive. Actually, I just had said this earlier. Remember, like, you know, the UK push up here on this hill and start shooting up a little bit of that Prussia. That works beautifully. I mean, we'll actually get to see that in action too. Austria, guys, still so far away. Still so far away. I'm seeing some good units, though. They bring the Emperor's Own. They didn't, I'll be sad. Man, they didn't bring the Emperor's Own, guys. I mean, they brought the Deutschmeisters, but they didn't bring the Emperor's Own. Now I'm sad. I love that. Emperor's Own is a really good unit. It's a lot smaller of a unit, but very elite. Austria is actually set perfectly to smack into this Russia. Russia may want to consider, you know, what's actually happening. They haven't seen the Austrian anywhere else. I would assume it's on my flank. You may want to start pulling this line back and go around the flank to join your allies. Or mass everything up and push through the tree line and try to destroy that USA.
Achtung, feindliche Fränkler!
We have some skirmishers. Ooh, these guys may just mass route because the enemy's nearby. We'll see. They shouldn't just break, I feel like. They may. With units all around them, actually, they're outnumbered. Oh, they're gonna get volleyed and then just break. Why aren't they shooting? Oh, this is brute. This is execution. This is an execute. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be brutal. Actually, Russia's getting a nice flank on the US. The US may want to consider pulling back just because Russia's tapping on that flanking shooting. Man, I'm not speaking good at all. Flanking shooting, the flanking attack, you know. Looks like we did have Prussia push out here. The USA did lose their guns. Did they lose their guns? No, looks like they pulled them back so that they could, there they are. So they pull them back, probably so they get a line set up, maybe. Not a bad idea. Prussia's just getting routed here by the just crazy part. Look at this. Got the artillery shooting overhead. That's cool. Oh, that looks so cool. Oh, I think we have a cav engagement over here. Austrian and Russian cavalry. Now, keep in mind, this is the Russian heavies. So they may win this fight. We'll see, though. Maybe Austria got a good charge and didn't see it. Actually, I think the increased numbers that the Austrian and UK had is helping them win this fight. Here we go. The USA is pulling back quite a bit here. Russia getting really aggressive here, even on the flank. I'm sure you're starting to see that Austria is there, so he wants to get as aggressive as possible. Right here, man, the UK and Prussia going at it, but Prussia's actually look like they're not doing too hot. And let me tell you guys, Prussia just got a new update overhaul. I've fought against them actually in a replay that I wish I had recorded it before the update rolled out. I guess I gotta go back, but Prussia was obliterating me. It was technically, I guess, a draw. We held the town, which is kind of what we needed to do to hold LSC points and win, but Prussia ran all over me. They have some really nice cavalry now, and they just ran over me. I lost so many units. It was a miserable fight. It was a really good fight, though. But I'm saying Prussia doesn't seem to have a lot of cavalry, and that's kind of their meta right now, is just bring lots of that heavy cav, and you can run over anything and everything and just kill it. Now we do have some, looks like still a cav fight raging here. You have Austria, who's not yet really been engaged on one side of the hill, and you have Russia on the other. Ooh, Russia's getting bayonet charged. These poor Landwehr getting charged by some Russian infantry. That's going to go terribly for them. U.S. Oh, man. The U.S. standing their ground, this brave American line, standing their ground against the Russians. we go. We got a bayonet clash. Now, over on this side, does look like still the line fight. Oh, actually, I totally have forgotten about this. Rheinbund's barely been engaged. That's actually concerning. I mean, actually, that evens things out. I forgot about Rheinbund, because Austria's barely been engaged as well. Rheinbund's push on this flank. The UK may actually have to fight a retreating battle here. They got nothing on this right flank. Now, Rheinbund took a very long time to actually attack. Probably should have attacked sooner. Austria, though, is pushing across here against Russia. Russia can take, if Russia can, you know, take a lot of, they can hit Austria pretty hard or force them to take high casualties, and Rheinbund doesn't take a whole lot, then you can still see them win here. Now, Russia is, and this is point blank fire. I don't know what the US is doing here, but Russia's definitely winning this fight. Oh, the point blank fire, guys. Men are dropping with every volley now. Oh, what? U.S. cavalry charging in the flank, and then go for bayonet charge, I'd say. Perfectly well timed. Russia is going to start losing this line fight here. The rest of Austria, I'd just say shift them over to help on the right flank against Rheinbund. Russia is not winning this fight. In fact, I'd say it's, if anything, just kind of a dead even fight here. And the UK have plenty of reinforcements they could shift over to this side. So I think this this UK-USA Austrian alliance doing pretty well. Rheinbund is just now making their entrance on the field, so we'll see what they can do. I feel like they took a long time to be engaged. I do like that they made howitzers just still very deadly when they hit, but they're very inaccurate, so, you know, they'll explode around a huge area. We do have Russia breaking here and there. We have the US and Russia just still locked in this deadly melee. Square versus a line.
Our men are running, sir.
What the heck? Maybe they don't notice that the artillery's sitting right there, but whoa, we have a huge mass rout from Russia in the center. In fact, Russia seems to be breaking along the entire line. Russia's still strong, though. We do have, however, Rheinbund making a play on the flank here. Not a lot from the UK. Like I said, they may just have to sacrifice these units to slow them down and wait. Just wait for the reinforcements. Like I said, there's an Austrian army right here. They could pull their this whole reserve could be pulled over to this side. Russia's almost dead. With Russia almost dead, I don't think there'd be a problem with this. Okay. There's a lot of not paying attention. Oh my gosh. This poor guy's dropping his Landwehr.
Our men are running, sir.
Here we go, Deutschmeister, Imperial Guard marching down to the relief. I do like playing Austria. So I like playing Russia too, but Russia's been more of a challenge for me lately. What in the heck is happening here? What is going on, Russia and the US? What is this? Anyway, I think Russia's basically gone, so we're going to start concentrating on the fight happening here with Rhine bund. The UK do have their British foot battalions here on the flank. A little more of a challenge for the Rhine bund to push, as there's some good ground for defense. I'm quoting Gettysburg. It's very good ground. Fire! Oh, come on. Come on, you were gonna fire. There's the example of the road working. Look at these guys are going faster than these. The roads do help, guys. They make you move faster. Use them. Use them. As soon as these guys hit the road, they're gonna all of a sudden start walking faster than the rest of the line. It's a perfect example of terrain actually working out. Now, Prussia is still making their push. Ooh, they got their guard. The guard units up here. These look like marshmallows. I don't know if that's just like my graphics not working, but it should look like this guy, shouldn't it? Something like that. Oh, it's still in development, guys. Still in work, so not everything's gonna look perfect. Austria is going to start rolling up on this side. They'll probably start going for Prussia next. And then Rhine bund will be last final. Oh my gosh. The Russian sappers here. This canister, the shrapnel artillery just knocked out a chunk of them. Got a couple more. The shrapnel artillery, I'm telling you guys, it's a ton of fun to use. Yeah, I don't see Rhine bund being very aggressive, and they really should have been. I think they may have actually been able to cave through this flank if they had been. And I think at this point they're going to be all alone. Of course, Prussia is still very much alive and is still fighting the good fight here. So they've actually taken part of this crest of the hill. Not sure what's happening with this square.
Our men are running, sir.
But yeah, the Russia's gone. So let's just, yeah, we'll check on this Prussian line. Where's Rhine bund? Are they not pushing at all? Why is he falling back? Where's he going? Rhine bund is on the flank, we know that, but he just fell entirely back. Maybe he's waiting, I don't know. I wish I could say I knew what he's doing. I mean, I can speculate. Maybe he's trying to move somewhere else and not get hit by artillery.
Cheer, you buggers, cheer!
Prussians pushing through this valley. Oh, look, Rhine bund's here. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was speculating. It's like maybe they shifted troops over here, but they have a whole force right here for reinforcements. So I guess, you know, there is a rhyme or reason for the madness.
I must rest a while.
Let's see if they do something here. We have the rest of Austria just kind of chilling here. I'm not sure if they're planning on moving.
Wir sind jetzt in Schussweite, Sir.
Yeah, look, we have a nice reserve of Rheinbund, probably for the most part totally fresh. All three of them. Austria is a little bit fresh still, I'd say. But for the most part, Rheinbund may be... They may be able to carry this battle a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We have a square just parked on the flank of this elite Prussian infantry.
The entire unit is dead, sir.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of artillery. Well, I guess a good fallback plan for this UK is to fall back and let the guns carry it, because that is 15, 19 guns parked up on this hill. That is an insane amount of guns. I still don't know what this Austria is doing here. I really don't know what they're doing. I'm like, okay, is it corrupted? Is the file corrupted at some point? Did I do an update? Because they should be pushing down. They should be going here, engaging Russia. The problem is, as soon as this Prussian alliance rolls down this hill, they will be in the field of all of these guns from Austria to start just shooting them. It will be messy. I wish I knew what this Austria was doing, unless he's just being reserved. But it's just such an odd thing to see him all just sitting there, not moving, especially with the enemy so close. The enemy are ready to be engaged. But here we go. Okay, so it looks like they are falling back to the guns in part. So they have some units that have not fallen back yet, but they have more that are starting to fall back. Austria's out of the fight for now. Maybe he's just going to be a reserve and just, you know, hang out back here by himself.
To the standard! Our men are running, sir.
Here we go. The artillery is going to start firing, though. This is going to be brutal for the... Oh, man. This is going to be just... This is going to be rough. Artillery's almost hitting them every time. It's so close. But as soon as they march out into a little bit more of the field, they're going to be getting plastered by artillery fire from this ridge. You can even see them. They're sitting right there. I feel bad for these Prussians and Rheinbund troops. Man. they're not really hitting because the brow of the hill is causing the artillery right here to bounce up. So in some ways, they're a little bit lucky for now. Still, the fear factor getting shot by artillery may be enough. See, they're just breaking into the artillery fire, I bet you. Yeah, oh, actually a couple of these shots are starting to tell. But you can see artillery is just breaking Prussia so quickly. Now they got a nice advance coming through here. They need to get to where the British have lines in front of their own guns. That's the only way to make this work. Them. Like anyone really wants to engage the moment, hit the fast forward button for the time being. This may be, you know, where everybody counts their losses and just sits back and waits. Like obviously though, there's like I said, there's an Austria that's sitting out over here, not doing very much. Maybe he'll push his troops over. They can actually push. I would attack this hill right here. This is a very excellent place. Might as well mass up your infantry, push on the Prussia, who you know has been fighting for a very long time, is kind of weak, and you know. I mean, it looks like the UK actually is going to be pushing over here, so we may actually still have, you know... artillery's shredding up this area right here. That's a good place to be shooting. The scare factor is honestly the biggest bonus to having that much artillery focusing this area. It's not even killing men, it's just breaking their resolve to fight. And that actually can be more damaging. I'm not sure. I don't get this. I know I've said it a couple times. Austria could be pushing all these troops up. They could easily break this Prussia.
Our men are running, sir. Our men are running, sir.
Got more units pushing up as some of these KGL broke. We are starting to see a lot more Rhine bund pushing up in this direction here, though. They have a lot in reserve. It looks like Austria is just going to be defensive here and hope that the enemy attack them, which may end up being a very long game, but at the same time, the UK are losing. Although, gosh, there's so much Rhine bund left. Yeah, the UK need to just fall back at this point, be defensive. If their ally is going to be defensive, they need to be defensive, because if this right side breaks, it's all over for them.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
So he can pull back. He can even shelter in this ravine. Or just on the hill. It looks like that's what he's doing. He has artillery, 9-pounders that we're going to set up. Just be defensive. Rhine is not super aggressive. Which I'm not saying, you know, they're a bad player. I just like being defensive, so I start itching to play the game and being aggressive. Like, I see such an opportunity here for Rheinbund to use their superior numbers and just push up. Take this hill, I mean, yes, there's artillery up here. And there's infantry right there, but even just pushing right here, you have a hill to shelter your line, just sitting right here and just pouring in volleys here. Pushing on the UK, they are so weak. They have been fighting for a very long time. Because your right flank's basically not even being engaged. There's 2 factions against 1 right here, and they're not even pushing. So it'd be the perfect time to isolate the UK and push. But they are getting their artillery up, so pretty soon I think this Rheinbund opportunity is going to be gone. Once artillery sets up, it'll be impossible for them to actually make an attack. I wonder how good a position this is for them. They got their artillery right here on the crest of the hill. Oh, man. Looks like Rheinbund did charge in for the artillery and did break it. It's a huge win for them. Cavalry, though, going to charge in.
Our men are running, sir.
Try to catch them. That's really well done by Rheinbund. Actually, that's actually going to make their attack much easier. Oh, Austria is finally pushing up over here. All right, so we are starting to see the... I mean, these guys barely have taken any losses. Some of them are totally fresh, have no... I mean, man. Then you look at the British, they've lost men in each and every unit. See, Rheinbund has cavalry. They could easily throw them into this artillery, break them. I mean, I guarantee you, these units are all tired. Sending cavalry into these tired units, easy win. Especially just charge his flank, break it, push your infantry up, do it again. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. It's sleep pretty quick. They may try to go for some guns. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, they're getting shot up. These guys are probably these guys may not make it.
Our men are running, sir.
And they get the guns. That is another huge win. Now, maybe they can save this cavalry unit for a later time, but it looks like it's actually going to break. Oh, they're trying to go for more. Oh, they're getting greedy. Don't get greedy. I think the artillery actually, they're going to stay. It's going to stay. Barely saved it in time. We do have the USA now pushing on the flank. Hopefully Austria can help with that attack as well. Very odd battle in some ways, but very cool in others. I guess I'm not a fan of indecisive defense where you sit there. I hate it myself, so I'm not saying, like, again, I'm not trying to criticize other people's play styles. I just comment what I'd like to see, I guess. But both sides have played very well, I'd say. I think the big thing that may have, I don't know how far back Rheinbund was. Maybe if they'd been a little more aggressive earlier on, that may have changed the course of events. I don't know. Russia tried to be aggressive to help out with Russia. But I'm sure you guys saw the losses they took. trying to push up here as the UK helped join up with that fight, and it didn't work. Russia tried pushing too. Fortunately, they got rolled back pretty quickly here. We do have that push being made. Now we are seeing, ooh, the artillery did break. Yeah, the UK are starting to get into some dire straits here. They are heavily outnumbered. They need someone to do something for them in order to win this fight. Or they can pull back again. They can pull back to the guns. Now Austria is here to help them out. Got a couple units. He has more in reserve that are pushing up. This is basically UK holding defensively while their allies try to, you know, rush to their aid. Lots of artillery is going to start blasting away at this Prussia. We have the USA descending upon a Rhine bund Prussian force.
Our men are running, sir.
It looks like Rhine bund is pushing here, but like I said, these two battalions may be able to hold off that right flank.
Running, sir.
This unit trying to push up. I would have said Austrian guns and all that should train this hill. You know, it's a perfect level to, if you range them all right here, to shoot. They're sitting right up on the hill. They can get chipped apart here. This definitely still is not looking too good for this coalition. Rhine bund is very strong here, guys. They have a look. This whole advance, that's 4 units. 4 very fresh, no, 5 very fresh units. This is a concern. They can definitely push back. This artillery may need to be all trained towards this hill. The UK are definitely still very defensive. Now they are starting to win this center fight. Barely, but they are starting to win it. The USA, they're going all the way around the flank. They're starting to push up. I think they'll win this fight. Austria, like I said, Austria is still very fresh. A lot of units in reserve. I think they can definitely be a deciding factor here. They've got, look at this. All these troops should be shuffling down to this, marching down to this right flank. They need them on this flank. Pretty desperate times here for the British. Rhine bund has quite the flank push in here. The USA took some losses against Pretty determined resistance. I see they can set up and just do a long line fight and be totally fine. Looks like we did have a cavalry engagement here. Rhine sending in cavalry. A square was formed. The British-Dutch light dragoons being defensive against with their own lines. Still, the artillery that's up here, guys, is going to start raining down hellfire on this Rhine line pretty soon here. At least I hope. And the UK are probably gonna have to start pulling back. Their whole line's getting rolled back here by this Rhine bund. Oh, that's an unfortunate howitzer shot. They may have break. These guys are on the brink of defeat and they break. Austria's losing this fight here. Then again, these are their Landwehr units. Maybe time to send in some more of their elites. That's a strong position that Prussia has on the hill. It does look like the artillery, they have artillery facing for each way, so they have one on each side. It's 4-1 British Foot Battalion fighting an uphill battle almost. Ooh, that was a nice shot with the shrapnel artillery. Since Austrian artillery should be shooting at this unit right here, look at that. If they aim it right here, it would just bounce right into these units. Rhine actually looks like they're doing pretty good here now.
Sir, our general is under attack.
It's like we had some Landwehr going in for a melee against Rhine bund. We do have that Deutschmeister and other stuff moving to reinforce here as this line is becoming very thin. The UK is starting to just break. Now, the UK are going to be very depleted at the end of this battle. This is a serious flank. Not looking good. Look at these poor guys. And they break. Well, that's not good. Rhine cavalry in the flank. Oh man. This may actually be a loss here for this this UK alliance, this coalition. Rhine coming in at the very end. Look, wait a second. Wait a sec. What? Did they kill the LOC? He did. Not sure if that was allowed or not. Usually you're not supposed to kill LOCs, but that just caused the UK to break, so actually this is going to be probably a loss for this Austria. That's unfortunate. Cavalry went in and sniped the LOC. The US should look out for their LOC too. It may have been an accident too. Rhine may have walked onto it, but they killed the LOC, and wow. The UK have broke. They are entirely mass routing. They've had enough. It's unfortunate. They held for a very long time. And it looks like Prussia's basically all but gone. Let me hit the fast forward button here and see what happens. Austria may make last final stand. We're at 15 minutes on this battle, so it looks like the timer's almost up. Yeah, there's 7 minutes remaining. I'm not sure if they're even going to finish the fight or if Rhine bund and Austria are just going to kind of chill on both sides here. They obviously have a really good artillery position. That may change everything. Rhine bund may not want to push on that. We'll see. It looks like they are starting to push. Yeah, that's unfortunate about the LOC. Hopefully they don't take out the USA's LOC too, because then USA's is going to fold and crumble. We do have Rhine bund charging in. It's like we're going to have a cavalry charge in the back. Bringing lots of cavs is actually a very big part now of that really good strategy. I feel like you should bring at least 4, 5, 6 units of cavalry. You'll do a lot better that way. Artillery's gone, so now this Austria is looking a little worse for wear now. And cav in the back lines, this may be it. We'll see if Rhine bund's cavalry breaks, though. It may break because it's hitting so many routing units. It's gonna break. Oh, Rhine bund, don't throw away your cav. Pull it back. Oh, don't do it. They're gonna break. All their cav's gonna break. It's on the back line, surrounded by enemies. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's hit fast forward again. Yeah, Rhine bund went in with 3 units of cavalry and lost 2 of them. This last one's still fighting. Looks like some generals and adjutants and stuff. They probably will win that fight. But I mean, yeah, Austria's pretty fresh. They are very fresh units here. But so is Rhine bund for the most part. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Oh, this cav's probably tired. Give it a rest, Rhine bund. Give your cav a rest. They're going to lose it. That's my prediction. They're going to lose their cavalry, and they may break 1 unit. I suspect they won't even. They're running into UK troops that are breaking too. Watch the morale start to plummet here. Immediately, yeah, they're going to lose it. They may break the sapper. Maybe. Yeah, they're on the brink of defeat. They may break them, but... unless Austria can just hold long enough. The USA to get over and help out with that defense. Possible. In the fast forward button. Ooh, Rhine bund has a lot of troops left. I wonder how many men they brought. And we'll look at the end results here. We'll be able to tell pretty quick here how many men they brought. The USA actually may break. I think this is going to be a Prussian Rhine bund Russian victory. But maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, Austria is doing a good job of chipping away, but there's so many reserves for Rhine bund here. Yeah, Rhine bund has a lot on the flank. However, I mean, the mass route, though. Not even sure what from, unless it's just the Deutschmeister Imperial Guard scare. That could be what it is. And And Red Bund is going to fall back here. I don't know if Austria will pursue them. Red Bund is going to fall back. This, like I said, there, guys, there's only 44 seconds left. They're both going to probably keep their armies intact and call it a draw. Probably by LOC, I think actually the Austrian US UK alliance probably wins because they held the majority of the points. But still. And plus the LOC got killed. UK probably would have held, even though, you know, it's been a rough one for sure. Oh, you can see here the amount of troops in the field. Yeah, the Rhine Bund brought a lot, 4,500 men. Russia brought 42, and then Killer Texas brought almost 4,000. Other side, the USA, 36, 44, almost 45, and then 38. But the kills, you see Captain as the UK, 1946, 2, 1114. Crafters, 1784. Lucy, 1471. Got the most kills on his team, probably with that cavalry. 1010, 1339, and then Killer Texan with 1251. So some very close kills, actually, I'd say, on both sides. Definitely USA and Captain Crafters and Captain got the most kills. And it turns to be a very, very bloody fight. If you look at the amount of men killed on the field, that's ridiculously high. But anyway, guys, that'll be the battle today. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I guess I'll see y'all in another video.